Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Mix. I'm Angella Sharpe, and I'm so excited to be back with you today. I hope you had a great weekend and a great week overall. I got a lot of great stuff to tell you about today. Now, this past Friday was International Women's Day, right? And I was so excited because my friends at iHeartRadio invited me to join them for International Women's Day. I was on the show Friday night with my friend Tony. We had a lot of fun. So I don't know if you know this, but I used to be in radio way back in the day. And so getting to return visit was a lot of fun. And it was really nice of Tony to invite me out there. We talked about me a lot, so at least it's something I know about. But it was a great time. And those iHeartRadio has recently moved over there. They're kind of over there in the Foundry section now. So it's like brand new offices and brand new studios. That was a lot of fun. Now, you may or may not remember this. About 2 years ago or so, kind of when Go Ape in Creve Coeur Park opened up, I went with Travis, the cameraman here at STL TV. Now, we had to do the kids version of this for multiple reasons. I think everybody wanted to make sure I didn't get hurt, but also because Travis was carrying around a big camera to kind of videotape my activities. Now, if you're not familiar with Go Ape, they've got like stuff in the sky, you can walk across, zip lines, that kind of thing. Well, this weekend, I got to go back as the adult that I am, and I got to participate in the other side of it. Actually, you can be 10 and up to go on this other side. And these zip lines, I mean, we are talking for real over there at Go Ape. They still have all the awesome climbing stuff as well. And there's like 5 different stations, so the whole event can take you about 2 to 3 hours to complete. And we just had so much fun. And I'm telling you, this zip line over the way, like to go off of the zip line scares me. But once I'm flying through the air, I'm just as happy as can be. That is a ton of fun. If you have not checked out Go Ape yet, you probably need to check it out. It's right there in Creve Coeur Park, so not that far from downtown St. Louis. So thanks to them for having me out. I will tell you this, though. A lot of women say they don't have upper body strength, but when I say it, I actually mean it. Like, I have no upper body strength. And there's a part where you kind of zip line into a spider web net, and you've got to like climb yourself up and over, and I don't have any upper body strength. So it took me about 5 minutes to actually get to where I needed to go. And if you don't realize this, but when people are waiting for their turn to go, 5 minutes is an eternity. But I had so much fun, you should check it out. And we're gonna have a lot more fun on the show today. I have Jim Mohan from the Ancient Order of Hibernians. He's gonna be here to talk about the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Dogtown. It's always a good time when he joins us. So let's get started on today's Daily Mix. Now, later this month, Circus Harmony will host a special event with the man who revolutionized the way juggling is taught. Craig Quart's Functional Juggling teaches how juggling can be used for social intervention and change. He'll be leading a 2-day workshop for teachers, occupational therapists, and anyone who wants to use the circus arts to work with any population. No prior juggling experience is needed. The workshop will be held on March 26th and 27th at Circus Harmony inside the City Museum. Now, space, of course, is limited. You can register online at circusharmony.org. They're always fun over there at Circus Harmony. They have a great time over there. The St. Louis Zoo's first ever Lantern Festival kicks off this week. Animals Aglow will bring a dazzling spectacle of lights to the zoo with more than 60 larger-than-life Chinese lanterns and interactive light displays in the shapes of plants and wildlife throughout the zoo. I'm sorry, some of these videos are so amazing, right? Doesn't that look like so much fun? I just really want to walk through that whole dragon, that one right there. That's the one I want to walk through. It looks so awesome. Now, visitors to this nighttime event can stroll through the Chinese Dragon Corridor Tunnel, pose with dozens of giant glowing animals, and play with interactive displays like the moonlight swings or the star stepping pads. Animals Aglow is Wednesdays through Sundays from 6:30 at 9:30, beginning March 13th and running all the way through May 5th. So you have time, but make sure you get there. Visit stlzoo.org for all the details. Will you be the next contestant on The Price is Right? Next week could be your chance. The Price is Right Live is coming back to St. Louis, giving people the chance to hear their names called and told to come on down. Those who make it to the stage will get to play classic games from the popular show. My favorite game, Plinko, that's one of the games. Cliffhanger is also on there. Of course, they're gonna have a big wheel, and they even have the fabulous showcase. Prizes may include appliances, vacations, and maybe even a new car. How cool would that be if you got a new car right here in St. Louis? The Price is Right Live takes the stage at the Factory next Wednesday, March 20th. Go to thefactorystl.com for tickets and more information. Disney Princesses, the concert, stops in St. Louis this weekend. The concert is a celebration of the music of Disney's iconic princesses performed by Broadway stars. Audiences will be immersed in Disney magic with larger-than-life animation and theatrical effects set to 30 of the most popular songs from some of Disney's greatest heroes, and most importantly, my favorite, the villains. And of course, fans are invited to dress up in their best royal attire for the event. Disney Princess the Concert will be at the Fabulous Fox this Saturday, March 16th, for 2 performances only, so very limited spot. You're gonna go to fabulousfox.com for more information. We can also expect to see a lot of green around town this weekend. This Saturday will mark the 55th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade in downtown St. Louis. As always, the parade will take place rain or shine, although of course, we're hoping for shine, and will step off at 20th and Market and proceed east to Broadway and Clark. The parade will feature more than 120 units, including marching bands, floats, giant balloons, and more. The parade kicks off at noon, but the festivities get started much earlier than that with the 46th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade Run. Participants can take part in either the 5-mile run or the 3K shuffle on the streets of downtown St. Louis right before that parade steps off. The event, of course, raises money for area charities and starts at 9 a.m. this Saturday. You can learn more about the downtown St. Louis St. Patrick's Day Parade and a run by going to irishparade.org. Of course, that's not the only St. Patrick's Day Parade festivities happening this weekend. As I mentioned earlier, I have Jim Mohan here. He's going to talk about the Dogtown festivities taking place St. Patrick's Day. He'll be joining us in just a moment. But first, I want you to take a look at a new movie hitting theaters this weekend. Here's the trailer for Arthur the King.
This is our time. We all know anything can happen out there. Sometimes we feel lost. We push and we suffer. We keep going. That makes all the difference. Hey, what happened to you, boy? You don't look so good. Meatball? Look, somebody likes my meatballs. Hey, Paw Patrol, we got a race to win.
Just remember, Michael, this race doesn't define you.
I raced for 19 years. This is my last chance to win.
3, 2, 1.
I was a young boy living in the city. All I did was run.
Over the next 10 days, these athletes will cross 400 miles climbing, biking, and kayaking.
That Dot is Daddy.
Go, Daddy, Dot.
Let's talk and get the meatballs. 3 days, 200 miles ago. Leave the stupid dog and let's go. Come on. Move, you dumb dog. What is it, boy? Oh.
Oh, God.
Can't believe I almost walked right off that cliff. Extra meatballs for you, my friend. He's hurting. What do you think he went through before he met us?
Whatever it wasn't good.
How the hell did he get all the way from here to there while we were on bikes and zip lines and running and climbing?
He must have wings we don't know about.
Boy, you know I'm back like I never left. You want to start to embrace the buckets of pain?
I need a bigger bucket.
Team Broad Rail has traveled over 200 miles and they found a companion.
Daddy has a dog?
What have you done?
I think you found your new partner in suffering, Michael. Yeah, he's the king. I think we should call him Arthur. Arthur the king.
How's he doing?
She's been through so much. This dog needs a vet. I don't want you to hurt anymore. No. He's a fighter.
Just like you.
I feel glorious.
Ah, famous dog. Looks even worse than the rest of you. Maybe you all deserve each other. Always underestimated armor, buddy. This isn't the route on the map.
It's okay. Just follow Arthur.
Lead the way, King.
I've never seen anything like this.
Everybody knows about it. Guess what? I'm not a dog person.
I think it's so interesting that is based off a true story, so we might have to check that out. Look at this. By the TV magic, I am now joined by Jim Mohan. Thank you so much for being here.
Great to be here. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Now, I wore my green, but you have so much green. So you're part of the Ancient Order of Hibernians.
Right.
So kind of walk me through what we have on today, because we got to talk about it.
Oh, sure. This is the honor guard. We have an honor guard in the Hibernians. We participate, obviously, in parades. We also do memorial service for deceased Hibernians and any other special events around town. So this is the complete ensemble, the uniforms, if you will. This is an Irish kilt. It's Ireland tartan, the green, and then the sash that matches sash, along with the harp symbolism, which is a symbol of Ireland, and then the cabine, which is the hat, and the hackle is a feather. That's all part of traditional Irish dress and stuff going back in the centuries.
I love that. All right, now I know I've had you on the show before to talk about the Dogtown Parade, but we're talking about 40 years now?
40 years. 1983, the Hibernians voted to form a new parade. Now, there was an existing parade, the Downtown Parade, and but the Hibernians wanted a parade to focus more on specific on Irish heritage, history, and culture. And so they voted to have the parade. They formed a parade committee. There were 25 members of the original parade committee, and there's only a few of us left from that original parade committee. So we started the first parade. It was going to be a county parade, envisioned as a county parade in Clayton. And so we marched in Clayton the first year, but then the next year moved to Hazelwood. But then we decided to move the parade to Dogtown in 1986, and the rest is kind of history. And because once we moved to Dogtown, we kind of modeled the parade on parades you would have seen in Ireland in the 1800s with basically, that's the small little towns that people would gather to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. They march through town, past the church, then have a festival. So that's what we recreated in Dogtown since 1986. We have the parade, kicks off at 11 o'clock, and then we march through down Tam Avenue to the heart of Dogtown, past St. James Greater Church, and then when the parade's all over, we have the big Irish festival in Dogtown.
I love that. I don't think I realized the connection there. That is pretty impressive, kind of modeling after the old time parades, which is really great. Now, I know you are one of those founders. You said there's only a few of you guys left, but this year you're kind of dedicating, you guys are going to be Grand Marshals.
Correct. There's three of us going to be Grand Marshals, myself, Tim Weezy, and Jim Sheeran. Tim Weezy and Jim Sheeran were actually part of the original group that voted to have the parade, and then Tim Weezy recruited me to do the public relations for the parade, and I've been doing it for 40 years. And then Jim Sheeran was a person that actually, he was the first marshal of the parade. He put all the units together, he recruited units to be in the early parades. He actually did it for over 3 decades. And then he was the one that, whenever he stepped off, he was the one that said go. So he's the one that led the parade off every year. And then Tim Weezy was, like I said, part of the group that voted for it. But he was the chairman of the first year we moved the parade to Dogtown.
Oh, so interesting. So I feel like everybody has been to the Dogtown Parade at some point. I know I've been many, many times. But if somebody's never been, what can they expect?
Well, you expect a big event, Irish heritage and culture. The Irish Festival was something created 5 years ago. We always had a street kind of festival after the parade, but this was formalized through Dogtown United, which is a group that organizes stuff for the benefit of the Dogtown neighborhood. And so they oversee the festival, the Dogtown Irish Festival. So there'll be all kinds of things for people to do at the festival. That kicks off at 9 o'clock. So there'll be a children's village, where there's stuff for the family to do. Then at Clayton and Tam Avenue will be a big main stage, lots of music, adult beverages all day long. And then finally, the south leg of the festival area is St. James Greater Church, which has been there over 160 years.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of celebrates, we call it the Irish Cultural Zone. And that's sponsored by Guinness. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to have corned beef and cabbage dinners all day, Irish music, Irish dancing. They're going to have an outside DJ, all kinds of things to do all through Dogtown on March 17th. But then the big event kicks off at 11 o'clock, and it'll be the 40th anniversary of the Ancient or Hibernian St. Patrick's Day Parade.
That is going to be huge. I know a lot of people like to come out there, and there's prizes for some of these people in the parade.
Oh yes, basically we try to promote Irish heritage, history, and culture, so we want the groups to dress up that way. Now, one thing we're quite proud of in our parade is we're not a huge parade. I mean, we have a nice parade. It lasts over a couple hours, and we have a lot of people turn out to watch it and be in it. But we've kind of focused on the Irish family. So everybody marches Irish family clans. As a matter of fact, of all our units, we have about 90 units this year. I would say 85% are family clans. So they're small groups.
Okay.
They get together, they march with their crests or their family names. They decorate their pickup trucks or cars with green shamrocks and stuff. It's kind of like an old-time parade you see a church picnic parade back years ago in St. Louis. And so the other part about that is interesting, though, we found out over the years, like I said, this parade's been going on for 40 years. So the children are now coming to the parade.
Oh, right, because everybody's grown up.
Right, and all the people in the clans have moved away. Some of their families moved away, but they all come together on March 17th in Dogtown to march as family clans. So we really like that.
Oh, I love that. Now, I know you have a big emphasis on those clans and that family group, but you've got some cool, I'm going to say people, but they're not people, some cool animals coming to this year's parade.
Well, we have basically, we are really proud this year. We're going to Anheuser-Busch Clydesdales will be marching in the parade. Actually, they'll be leading it off this year. They did march with us in 2019, sorry. But now Joe Murphy, our chairman, was working with Anheuser-Busch, and they agreed they would lead off the parade. So they're the first unit marching down the street, followed by the folks dressed like me in the AOH color guard. And you mentioned earlier, I want to go back to about the family clans and the parade. Yes, we do give awards for the best Irish heritage, Irish culture awards. We give a chairman award, a Grand Marshal award, and we also give an award to the best Hibernian unit.
I love that so much. Now, we've been having a really big focus on those Irish family clans,
Right.
but if somebody's not Irish, maybe they just want to learn or just have fun and party with you guys on St. Patrick's Day, you're welcoming everybody out, right?
As we say, everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day, so you're all welcome to Dogtown. The Dogtown neighborhood itself is the old traditional Irish neighborhood, but it itself is made up of different ethnic groups now. And so, but it still kind of keeps that Irish identity, and they're quite proud of it. And even the other ethnic groups kind of identify as Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Like you said, everybody is Irish on St. Patrick's Day, correct? And the family event, I think, is really fun that there's now a little area for kids to kind of go. So if you wanted to go down, maybe watch the parade, maybe take your kid to the family part, and then go home, you can. But of course, you could stay and party with the bands and drink a little if you want.
Right. The party zone was created a couple of years ago by Dogtown United, and that was the idea, something for the families to do. It's more towards Turtle Park on Oakland Avenue.
Okay.
So it's away from the big massive crowd of
Yes.
Clayton and Tam. So it's kind of quieter, but there's a lot of things for the kids to do, all kinds of activities that go all day long, well, most of the day in Dogtown. And I should say that the festival starts at 9 and ends at 6. And some of the indoor places stay open, but basically that's the run of the festival. And so there'll be things to do all day long for everybody at each zone, like the kids zone, the party zone, as we call it, the Clayton and Tam, and then the Irish Cultural Zone down by St. James.
I love that. Now, is there anything that I've missed asking you that you want to make sure people know about?
Well, one thing we want to talk about is security. People brought up that question to us. And we are in communication with the Downtown Parade. We've been in communication for years. We do talk off each other. And so basically, you know, it takes months to put these things on, both parades. And so we're in constant communication with them. And basically, we want to let people know, because of this, we spend months doing this. We coordinate with the City of St. Louis, Public Safety, Metropolitan Police Department, the Fire Department, Emergency Medical Services, and other government agencies to make sure everything's safe and secure. And what also benefits us, we have a group called Special Services, which is an organization, a company that basically coordinates security for both events. And so that's why also we're grateful for that, because we can keep track of what's going on at both events. And so they're a premier group. They've been in this region for over 50 years. They've done numerous large-scale events. And so they're the ones helping coordinate security for us. So, you know, because it's important. And plus, what you should tell people, on St. Patrick's Day, both downtown and Dogtown, there'll be large police presence. There'll be commercial, we have commercial security. We also have parade marshals on both parades lining the route to do crowd management and stuff. But they're all there. But the big element we want to tell people is the other part of the security key is the people in the crowd. If you see something out of whack, you see something doesn't look right, the line is see something, say something, well, it's true. And that was very successful over the years when people think this doesn't seem right. So you can notify a police officer, one of the contract security personnel, one of our marshals, or just dial 911. And it could be nothing, but you go ahead and do due diligence and call and make sure everybody stays safe and secure because, St. Patrick's Day in St. Louis has always been a fun event to celebrate Irish heritage, history, and culture. And both parade organizations, the Downtown Parade and the Hibernian Parade, we're working hard every year to make sure it's a safe, fun event. And so, but the bottom line is, if you see something, say something. We'll try to keep everybody safe.
Okay, that's very important, and I'm glad you mentioned that. But let's tell everybody for that fun. They're waiting for the fun. Let's remind them again. This is on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, our parade is always held on St. Patrick's Day, no matter when it is, any day of the week. It's March 17th, which is in honor of St. Patrick's, the Feast of Ireland. The parade celebrates Irish heritage, history, and culture, and we also try to project the things. We're Hibernians, are Irish Catholic organization, try to project that to our faith. At the same time, the last thing is we like to showcase the contributions the Irish have made to America. So that's what the parade's all about. And then the festival is all about having fun in a nice, safe environment in Dogtown.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining me today to tell everybody about the Dogtown Parade and festivities. We, of course, love having you here.
Okay, well, it was great to be here, and happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Right there on your screen, you can say that the Dogtown Parade is on March 17th. Like Jim mentioned, of course, you've got information for the parade would be at
stlhibernians.com or Dogtown United. They both websites will have information about both events.
Both websites will have information about both events, but you can plan out your day then. Again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me in.
Now, after you check them out and plan out your St. Patrick's Day activities, don't forget to keep up with us on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram. You can even drop us a line at stltv.net. We want to hear from you. That's going to do it for the Daily Mix, but keep it right here at STL TV and Experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.